How you doing? This is George for Truck Driver Nation. This is for freight dispatch service that we have with Truck Driver Nation. So I'm reaching out to owner operators, whether you have an MC or whether you don't have an MC. If you're power only, that's fine as well. But I like working with owner operators that do have an MC. You got your own fuel cards, you got your own uh, load boards and stuff like that. Right now, I've got a couple of positions open that I'm looking to fill. I will actually be your dispatcher and the benefits of working with us because I know you've heard it all before. I do have 30 years experience, drove as an owner operator in combination was the owner operator. With obviously started out as a company driver and then transitioned into being an owner operator. I've done dry van reefer, flatbed, step deck, car hauling, RGN, oil fields. So I've got a pretty deep understanding of what the different factors have to be dealt with when doing each of those. I'm looking for owner operators that need somebody with experience that is not about the money, which it is about the money for all of us, but the aspect of being able to negotiate out the freight and get paid decently for these loads and to keep your gross revenue up. That's what the overall objective. So if you're looking for a good freight dispatcher, I'm not the perfect thing. Hell, I get in argues and piss off fights with brokers just as well as anybody else. But if you're interested in talking to me, then let's have a conversation. If you got more than one truck, I do have drivers to put on your trucks. I don't charge you for them. It's just the benefit of doing business with me that obviously if I'm putting men on your equipment, then I want to be able to dispatch those trucks. What else we got? That's really it. It's pretty much on a nutshell. I do 8%. If you got more than one truck, 10% if you only got one truck. Remember what you're getting. So you're getting full-fledged experience with this. You may not think it's important, but if you didn't think it was important, you obviously wouldn't be listening to this video because some little worm bag that's working for some carrier has obviously just sat around and you didn't take priority on their list. And I know it happens because it even happened to me. But that being said, please reach out to us at Truck Driver Nation. That phone number is, give me 1 second, let me pull it up because I use it all the time, but it doesn't mean I remember it. So it's 815-846-3608, 815-846-3608. And obviously I'm George, just remember George of the Jungle. And we can look at the freight that you're needing and I'll give you a no whatever assessment. I prefer doing step decks out of everything. Not that I won't do a dry van or a reefer or even a flatbed or Conestogas as well. I just like working with step decks because the money's easier to do since it's over dimensional. But that being said, get a hold of me. We'll go through what I have to offer, what you need, make sure that we're compatible with each other. Because it's got to be one of us running the ship. You drive the truck, you keep the damn truck running. If you need out, parts and services, I'm more than willing to step in, source those parts for you, get them to your destination, whatever truck stop, the side of the road, whatever, wherever you might be at. I'll assist you with that. Obviously all I need is your VIN number. You tell me the part, and I can source the parts. And whether you know what that part costs or you want to see what it's going to cost, in addition to the labor and type of stuff, then obviously I can do all that for you, tires, etc. But that being said, I've been there and done it. I know what it costs to run a truck, what it costs to repair a truck, and obviously just what it is to deal with the crap day to day out there running on the road. Um, Home time, that's your call. The only thing I'm going to need is that you make sure that you've got some kind of low board because the MCs without the MC, and I don't have an MC. Obviously, I want to get one, but it really doesn't benefit me since I don't have a truck because all it's going to turn out to look like somebody gets a DOT violation and I get ticketed too, and I wasn't even on the truck. So that being said, I prefer you actually have that MC number, have that DAT or truck stop, get me signed up on an account, give me the two-step verification, so I can easily go in there and start, doing freight without having to call you and say, hey, I need to get to two-step verification. That delays my time and my efforts because I get up in the morning, I start early every day, try to get everything um, pre-planned if that's what we're needing to do or whatever might come of the day. And what else we're talking about? If you got a factoring, that's fine. If you don't, obviously I got factoring. What else we got? I think that's pretty much well there. I'm trying to think what else. If you got an old truck, I might need you to do another not PTI, but annual inspection on it, just for the simple reason that if you got an older truck, I don't want to end up being all parts and service. My job is to secure them loads. And when it comes to those loads, as long as you fill out the driver profile, I understand what you need. And if you're saying you're willing to run all 48 or you're willing to stay in a certain region, you gotta honor that. That's going to make it where if you're changing your mind on me every time, I can't do that with you. So that that wouldn't be a good fit for you and wouldn't be a good fit for me. I'm looking for somebody who understands this is what we agreed on. This is what I need to do, provide you with that back end support and all that type of stuff. So, once you do the agreement with me, make sure that everything's transparent to start with. But that being said, that'll be all I'm going to throw in here at this given time. Please reach out, give me a call. Let's have a chat about it. See if there's something we can work on together. And I'll just kind of be there. But anyway, I'll leave it there right now. But anyways, look, I appreciate your time. Thank you for spending your time on here to listen to this short presentation about my services. And obviously, you can go to truckdrivernation.com, go into the dispatch services. It has a more in-depth, detailed explanation of all the things that we supply you with, help you with to obviously make sure we can maximize and make you as profitable as possible, because in exchange, it makes us money. But that being said, if you need rental equipment or anything like that as an owner operator, I know where to get it. Pretty good deals, you know what I mean? But I can also keep those trucks staffed. The biggest thing is I'm either dispatching for you or dispatching you yourself, however it turns out to look. But anyways, I appreciate your time. Then again, George for Truck Driver Nation. Remember Chicken George. Otherwise, have a great day. Appreciate your time. And I look forward to working with you. Have a blessed one.